Welcome once again here this afternoon at the Dr. Hage Rugby Stadium in Windhoek, the capital city of Namibia, as we bring you this much anticipated match, that is the COSAFA Under-20 Championship men's game here, that is Namibia versus Malawi. This beautiful afternoon in the capital city. As you can see, the beautiful mountains there on your shore, and I think that is Kleiner Cooper, the neighborhood. And I am here with Lydiana Nanamus, and I am Donald Chwaro, or rather Donald Borozin Chwaro, as your commentator this afternoon. And for now, the two teams coming out of the famous tunnel, as you can see there, COSAFA, the COSAFA flag, and then the CAF as well, celebrate Africa. And we are in for a big one. We will give you the scenarios as to what Namibia or Malawi needs to do to perhaps go through to the next round. And it's not only a round, it is the semi-finals of these championships here taking place in Namibia. Region 5 Youth Games, as we just wait for the national anthems to be sang here for the national respective teams, that is Namibia and Malawi. But for now, it is national anthem of Malawi. National anthem of Malawi for now, and now for the national anthem of Namibia. And that was the national anthem of Namibia, as the two teams greet each other, as those are the formalities. Waiting for this big one, Lydiana. I mean, it is a tough one for these two teams. None of these two teams are really safe to go through. And I guess you will just give us that scenario in a moment as we wait for the two referees there, or rather two captains, to join the match officials. As you can see there, the starting lineup, Lydiana, we see here Namibia coming up here with two changes, and Antonius Timo Guizep coming on, as well as Everett Carl Bell coming on. And going back to the bench here is Mauricio Given Smith and Adriano Gavapa going back there to the bench. So you can see there the Namibian team as well, just taking some pictures there, and The referees, as you can see, the stands are still quite empty. And now the starting lineup of Malawi. The coach, they're opting to go with the same team that came out the last time. And the bench that you see there, they know how it feels on, sitting on the bench. And none of the changes, for Malawi this time around. And our match officials, there we have Owen Manenda, all the way from Zimbabwe. We have the assistant referee number 1 there, Pedro Domingos de Andrade Nicolo from Angola. Assistant referee number 1, Tanatswa Masawi from Zimbabwe. And then the fourth official there, Hamilton Kibonang from Botswana. But for now, Lydiana, what do you make of the changes that Namibia just made now, before perhaps giving us a little bit of the Malawian side?
I think very important changes, bringing in the likes of Antonius Tino Wisep in defense, just to stabilize the defense, because from the last encounter that they had, the defense was really shaky. I think a very great call from the coaches and the technical team there to make that important change there for stability at the back there. They're also bringing in Muhupa Shipuka, the number 13 in the middle of the park, also a place where they really needed to fix a problem because they were losing all the battles in every single match. So I think great calls there from the Namibian technical team.
And the coach from Malawi here opting to go with the same team. They say, if it's not broken, if everything is right, why should you really make the changes?
Yes, I think great rationale from the coach. Started off the tournament with a win and they tied in their last encounter. I think the team is really doing well. The coach deciding to keep the players on. Why take them off if they're delivering? I think that's a great strategy also. Maybe the Namibian team might have done studies on the player. They've done their homework there. Might be an effect, might have an effect in the performance of the Malawi side today if Namibia did their homework. A dangerous move, but I think a very safe play from the technical team there.
And as we are waiting for the referee to get us underway, not so sure what the delay is all about. It is already past the 3 o'clock or the hour of 3. We are supposed to get underway any moment now as the players are eagerly waiting. As you can see there, that is Muhupa Shipuka. Not so sure what noises are those, but as we are still waiting, at any moment now the referee would say, let the match, let the game start. And we have Jeremy Zimmer as the Namibian coach, as well as Milias Pofera for Malawi. The table is set. And yes, the referee says play on. And big one here waiting for us. One would wonder as to what it should take for Namibia to really go through here, as well as Malawi. In terms of the table, we have Malawi sitting on 4 points. Angola, on the other hand, also playing, as in now, sitting on 4 points. Namibia with 3 points, and Zimbabwe on 0 points. I mean, give us the scenario there. What should these two teams do to really go through?
The Namibian side definitely is a must-win match for them today coming into this encounter. I think a draw or anything less than a win puts them in a very uncomfortable position. Having 3 points, losing out on this match means that the Namibian side do not qualify for the semi-finals. They need to win this matchup. And Malawi, on the other hand, need at least 1 point to be saved and advance to the semi-finals. A draw for Namibia might be good if Angola and Zimbabwe draw. But it needs to be a situation where, actually Angola needs to lose for Namibia to be in a comfortable position to move on. But the safest thing right now is for Namibia to win this game and win it by a huge margin. And for Malawi, they at least need a draw today in order to advance to semi-finals. So a very crucial encounter for both of these teams today.
Both of these teams, yes! Was nearly there, but really nearly a big mistake there by the defense of Malawi, as Vitario Leonard Bronzel just sneaked in there and perhaps confusing the defense. Another corner kick here. Good one, goalkeeper comes out. Could be a shot, but perhaps taking too long to take that one. Wow, Namibia starting on a positive note here. Look at that. Again, nobody of the Namibian forwards coming through there, and what a foul. Perhaps should just be careful. That could constitute in a yellow card. Look at that.
Look at that
yes.
there. Lovely stuff there from Kaudu. Ooh. I think Bronzel might have been sleeping there a little bit.
Yes. And there we have Chipuka at number 13. And now they can be dangerous, this Malawian team. And what does Namibia have to offer here as they string 2-3 passes there? And now look at that turn, beautiful done by the Malawian. And another free kick here. I mean, the game is promising to be a good one here, but then the referee, with those stop and start, doesn't really serve the purpose of this match here.
Yes. Lovely defensive work there from Antonio. Antonio is just showing why he's starting this match today for Namibia off of the bench.
Another great tackle there. Not so sure as to which of the supporters are currently singing. I mean, that's a good note or something good from the supporters for whichever team they are coming from. It is always good for the players to hear some chants there from the stands. And now Malawi, well defended, well under pressure. As you can see there, a few of the Namibian supporters. Trying to make a long one there. Another one for the captain to get that one out of the defense. Sakias, the captain of Namibia. Really Malawi distributing that ball so very well in this first minutes of this match.
Yeah,
Little of a
they've been
pull there,
showing that the entire tournament.
but I think it is somehow a pull. And look at that. Malawi really trying to come through that defense there. Could be another opportunity here for Namibia. One-on-one. Talking of Naubep. Naubep perhaps a bit slower.
I think great defensive work there. Nice run there by Naubep, but I think also very good defending there from the Malawi side.
Naubep, I like those clicks. Honestly. Yes, playing it very cool there. That is Chipuka. Advantage, says the referee. And now Sakias, the captain. Look at that pass there. Not really connecting well with that one.
I think quite poor decision making there, poor execution of that pass there. Wasted a chance at going towards goal there.
Number 2 sleeping a bit there. That is Sakias, the captain. Malawi trying to control this midfield. Look at that. This young man running very strong. Intercepted there. Rather taken away from him, and really it's a tough battle there in the middle of the field, isn't it?
Yes, as expected, both sides obviously needing a win today. This is what we expected to see, and we love to see such competitiveness.
My goodness, look at that pass there, separating those, the defense of Namibia. Totally, almost nowhere to be found.
Lovely stuff there, but also great defending there from Bell. Just reading that run from his opponent and also just intercepting that pass there. Lovely stuff.
Look at that header. Under pressure, well, as if there is no communication. The goalkeeper could have done better there just to inform the player that there's no player around you. You are not under pressure, so take it easy.
I think he could have, even himself, he can actually read a game like that. The last touch was off of a Malawi player. He was just supposed to let that ball go out for a goal kick. I think unnecessary, trying to do too much there. He could have let that ball go.
Another opportunity here for Malawi. Look at that, easily taken. Look at that, kick goal! Margin. I mean, coming like wildfire here is Malawi. Look at that strong run there. I'm telling you. And another throw in there for
Namibia. And this is what we expect to see when you have such, you know, the stakes are very high in this encounter. Both teams are bringing their A game. This is what we want to see. The level of competitiveness, the level of physicality in this match. Just look at that replay there on Gauzu. Ooh.
And not given a chance at all. Not given a chance at all to make those lovely turns or even spend time on the ball.
And this is what the Malawi side has brought to this competition. Since the first match, their ability to press and win those balls back very quickly is very impressive.
Look at that turn. We are in for a big one here with the number 18 Lamek Miti. Player taking on 2 to 3 players.
Lamek is an interesting player to watch. Always has something up his sleeve.
Not even in a hurry, for that matter.
Yeah.
And now, here comes Madalito Safuli. I remember him from the first match. Look at that. Is that a handball, says the referee?
It looks like there was a push on one of the players there.
A little push there on one of the players, and a breather there for Namibia. Real breather there for Namibia, and where the goalkeeper, Hero Kavenji. Now, look at that player there being left alone, and that one can be dangerous. Look at him, and really picking up his teammate here. Could that be a shot? Over the crossbar. Over the crossbar. I mean, anything that Malawi is doing now seems to be perfect, isn't it?
Yes, the Malawian side always so ruthless when they're in attack. You know, the supporting runs that come in there. I think this team is well polished when it comes to attacking and defending. I think they know each other so well. They know where the balls are going to come and where they want to deliver these balls. A lovely sight to watch indeed when they're in attack.
And look at that cross. Dangerous player there pulling away. Ooh. And beautiful. Unfortunately, just over the crossbar there for Malawi. But I mean, doing so much good for finding his teammates.
I think lovely work there from the captain Biliat to just get that ball in there in a good space for his teammate to be able to take a shot.
And I think the player that is perhaps tasked to take care of Msongole is the number 5 there, Timo Guisep. Because I see here the number 4, the number 4, that is James. Is that James? No, that's not James. That is Nantunga. Yes, always pulling away from that left-hand side. Goalkeeper just retrieving Little bit, look at that. Nice pressure, isn't it?
Lovely stuff.
Yes.
You know, it keeps the game interesting. We want to stay interested. We want to stay in the game. I think I love the pace of this encounter. Both teams bringing their A game. The intensity
And there's
of
James.
this match. Woo! Feisty James.
Yes. Look at James. Going rather Msongole. Look at that, beautiful play from Malawi. I mean, those passes really finding teammates. Look at that. And another shot here. Oh! Beautiful. And still, I should say, in the first 10 or 12 minutes of this game, Malawi have been pressing really, putting pressure on Namibians here.
Malawi is asking questions. The Namibian side better answer these questions because they're going to suffer if they don't deal with them right now. Malawi are really looking lovely. They're looking like they're on form, and this is what Malawi has been bringing to this competition this entire time. They are always trying to get in the driving seat of each match. Lovely stuff there from Malawi.
Would be interesting. Look at that, goalkeeper doing well to come out of that one. Just look at that kick there. I mean, controlling that ball, even picking it up and trying to take that volley. Look at that. Shot here, I'm telling you. Malawi doing everything so right so far and putting Namibia under pressure here with another corner as well.
That is also a very lovely save there from Gavenji. Just ensuring that he's rather safe than sorry with it. Just getting a touch on that ball. Very crucial touch there.
Very crucial touch and headed out. Namibia still on the back foot here. Another shot. Unfortunately, didn't go his way, but yes, getting a corner here again. Second consecutive corner for Malawi.
And it is quite impressive how Tebulo comes up from left back position and gets the shots. You know, the Namibian side really have to do something about it. Otherwise, he could be one of those players that scored today. He looks like he really wants that goal, and he's looking very promising in terms of attempts. Lovely stuff from Tebulo there, just showing that he's not afraid to go in attack for his team as well.
Safuli with that corner kick. The goalkeeper on point there, clapping that one away, and look at that confidence. Confidence. Oh, oh, oh. And now again, look at that. It is dangerous for the Namibian side, trying to get it away from their defense here, but it has proven to be difficult. Look at that. All right, now Namibia on the attack. But as the referee says, show me your skills and I show you mine. Look at that. Pulling that one, and has been a little bit selfish there.
You know, just cancelling all the hard work that he put in there to keep that ball by giving it away like that. Just look at that replay there. A lovely touch there by Gavenji.
It is going to be tough really here for Namibia from what I have seen so far.
I think in this matchup, the slogan of this match is...
Look at that. Nada!
Hey!
Try there from far. That is Yusufu Nantunga. Yusufu Nantunga trying that one from far. I mean, that shows confidence, isn't it?
A lot of confidence, but definitely not underperforming. This is living up to their expectations. This is what they made us used to in this competition this year, and that is what they're delivering today.
I mean, they have not done so much well in this competition, the Malawian team. But I think this year they have really outdone themselves up until to this point here. Look at that.
Just look at that. Yusufu.
Just needed to direct it properly there.
And I think the height is also a little bit too much on that. A little bit lower. Not a little bit, a lot of lower actually.
And another free kick here for Malawi, taken by the young man there, 14. That is Madalito Safuli. He has been all over with the corners, and now taking this free kick again here. That kick headed out. Namibia playing a long one there, and it is a chase here. Could be a one-on-one situation here. Perhaps just a little bit slower. There is the forward from Namibia, and look at that. Nice and beautifully done.
I think lovely work there by Precious Manjawira, the number 15 centre back of Malawi, always performing at his best, you know, back there, rock solid, always showing why he starts for the team. Lovely stuff.
And those ones are really enjoying that match, or rather this match. That's the supporters of Malawi. And I think in terms of numbers, they might have outnumbered the supporters of Namibia here, if I'm not mistaken. Look at that. Another attack there. Look, leaving him dead.
Yeah.
Was it out?
He says proceed with caution.
Was that out for a goal kick? Yes,
I definitely
says the referee. And now Kavenji McKenny. Kicking that one forward, hoping a teammate could meet that one. Those kills, 1-2. Look at that, beautiful from Malawi. Look at that, coming through really. Always dangerous when coming forward. Always really dangerous when coming forward, isn't it?
Always.
And Namibia really here failing to play from behind, perhaps as a result of the pressure that they are getting from Malawi here. Look at that, trying to sneak that one, but trying to steal that one, but couldn't. And that is Rashid Aweb. He is really trying now, Aweb. And it is not easy for him up front there. Look at that. Could be another dangerous one. Is that a free kick? Yes, says the referee. And Malawi here getting that opportunity in a good position to take that one. And it is a yellow card there for the Namibian player. And that is Onesmus Timotheus.
Just look at that replay. Lovely pass in there. And Lame goes, ooh. I think definitely a yellow card worthy offense there.
Yes. Not so sure if that's a toxo, but had no intention of getting to the ball there. Let's see what Malawi can do with this one. They have proven to be dangerous from those set pieces. Is this going to be another case here for Malawi against Namibia? They are really sharpshooters as well. Another free kick here. Look at that! Oh! Hitting the crossbar. Sharpshooting, isn't it?
Did you see the power on that shot?
Mwisho Mango. Remember him, the number 10? I think he was the man of the match. That was against Zimbabwe, the first match when they played in this tournament.
Always performing to the best of his ability.
And Angola is leading against Zimbabwe in the other match, and it is actually somehow bad news for, it is bad news for Angola, I mean for Namibia, isn't it? And don't mind the score line there for Namibia and Malawi. It is still 0-0. It is still 0-0 here. And for now, as it stands, what does it tell you? I mean, Angola leading Zimbabwe by 1-0.
Angola leading Zimbabwe 1-0 means that Angola is going to top this group if the score remains the same in this matchup. But it also means that Namibia is definitely out of this competition, and Malawi would then be second in the second position with 5 points.
Look at that shot! Oh.
So that goal definitely is a confirmation that Namibia needs to win this match if they want to stay in this competition. Right now, Malawi looks great. They are going to be second in the group with 5 points and still advance to semi-finals should the score remain 0-0 today.
Should it remain 0-0. And the action replay there, look at the young number 12 there, Kondwani Debulo, taking that shot. And perhaps credit goes to the goalkeeper, well positioned, and taking that one. And we have a player that went down. I think he was hit by the ball. And there we have, just on your screen there, number 6, Mofat Mionto. The player is up, and referee have restarted the match. I mean, by the look of things here, really it is up to Namibia to win this match. But the way how it is going for now, even if you ask me of the ball possession, I'm telling you that Malawi is having a big, or rather a big advantage here. Look at that. James. Look at that, could be another deadly one, but unfortunately, or rather lucky to recover that one.
And I think Panduleni so far has been having a good game, stopping Mango on that right wing. You know, just proving why he always starts for the under-20 side in this competition.
Is that a push?
Yes, definitely. And he needs to be careful, because if he gets a yellow card today, it means he's missing the next encounter. So definitely need to be working on eggshells.
Fabiano Abasep walking on thin ice here. If he gets a yellow card, if Namibia goes through, then he will be suspended for that match. Need to really take it easy this time around. And now, the danger man, Madalizo Safuli. Safuli, can he bring in a good delivery here? Waiting on that one to come through, as the players are looking for some spaces there. And then
Lovely
I should
touch.
say Onesmos Timotheus seems to be the longest player here on the pitch, really dealing well with those dangerous crosses from Malawi.
Yes, definitely having that height advantage and using it quite well there once again. Onesmus on that ball.
Another free kick here, and it can be deadly, especially there from that young man there, Madalito Safuli, the number 14. He is the one that is tasked to come through with those free kicks whenever they are nearby the big box of the goalkeeper.
And he
But
does
yes,
such a great job with those free kicks. You know, always on target, always looking for those corners and making it very difficult for the goalkeepers to stop him.
look at that. That could be as much as a penalty. And now, Safuli coming through, Safuli! Goalkeeper couldn't really get to that one at first. And rather slowing down the speed of the ball and then getting to that one for the second time.
I think we need to give credit to the goalkeeper for understanding and knowing that, you know, that shot is going to come at him very hard and just, you know, reducing that speed and power. Look at that shot. Ooh. You know, reducing that power from that free kick and, you know, just stopping it there for his team. Lovely stuff from Kavenji.
Okay, that Malawi really playing with confidence. Look at those turns. Always teasing with the ball here. And really creating those spaces. Really understanding the gist of the match and the football game. Always creating those spaces and they always find each other. But yes, lovely run there. Will that cross come in? Yes, it has come. But dealt well by the defense of Malawi. Now, cooling it down a bit and launching a long one. Look at that. Player perhaps just looking for his feet. And now, Safuli just apologizing there. As you can see, the supporters there really being entertained here.
I think this is what the supporters came out here to see, the Namibian side, trying to, you know, get those goals, win this match, because they really need to win this match if they want to qualify for the semi-finals.
It is all up to them, the Namibians. As you can see there, Timotheus and Vitario Bronzel is somehow causing problems as well, as he has won that free kick. And now, look at that. Could be another opportunity. How? Oh, that was ruled as a handball. Handball there. Or is it an offside? Lydiana, what did you see?
No, that's a goal kick. Clearly out of play.
Oh.
I think a great opportunity wasted there. He's definitely having nightmares today.
And now, big mistake by the Namibians. They're lucky to recover.
Nesmus.
Nesmus really being standing tall. Could be another attack here by the Namibians. Look at that. Taking it up first time.
Ooh.
And Lydiana, no support there for the upfront players. I mean, whenever the number 7, that is now gets the ball, there's no support coming through for him. Hence, he always try to take it at first because there's no support there.
Ooh, look at that. Look at that replay there.
The previous foul.
Ooh.
It's actually a handball from the Malawian side,
you know, it could be a possible penalty. It really looked like a handball.
Yes.
But can we just say the lovely work that Rashid has been doing in this matchup, you know, with those runs. And clearly his attacking partners cannot spot and understand that he's so fast. He's definitely going to need some support.
Yes.
Just get into the right places, make those runs, make it a bit easier for him, you know, so that he's able to assist someone and they can score those goals. But lovely work there from Rashid Maweb.
There is one particular song that I'm thinking of. Whenever the Brave Warriors used to play at home, you would hear the supporters singing that song. It's just that I don't have a good voice. Otherwise, I would have tried. But yes. Yeah, I mean, but yes. Could that cross come in? I mean, the Namibians are not so clinical as their counterparts here, especially in terms of finding, teammates with those passes and creating some spaces and so on.
Yes, the Namibian side definitely doing everything right, but that final passing, trying to find their fellow attackers.
Look at that, you don't leave that player alone. Could be a very dangerous one there. Always coming late to defend.
But I think lovely work there from Gaudu. I think his stamina always comes into play every time they're playing, you know. His ability to recover is really commendable. Always great in defense and in attack.
Not so sure if the coach should be worried that he always comes late there. Now the corner goalkeeper comes out. And the medics are called in, and I think the lanky Onesmos Timotheus is the one that got that header.
I think it is safe to call him the Namibian Tower at this point, you know. Using his height to such a great advantage, showing, you know, why he always starts for the team. I think so far this is his best match, but once again that communication barrier between Gavenji and his defense coming to prove that, you know, they will suffer from that barrier. Look at that lovely ball in there. And then the Namibian Tower.
Yes.
Dealing with it as he should. Lovely stuff there from Onesmos.
Lovely stuff from Onesmos, the number 20. But remember, he is on yellow. He might be, or rather, he might want to be very careful with some tackles as well.
And I also think that this late in the tournament, you would expect this team to be able to communicate better as opposed to how it started with the first match, you know. But it still shows the barrier in communication. Look at that ball, lovely ball in. And Onesmus just there, you know, getting that last touch.
The tower.
The Namibian Tower.
The Namibian Tower. Standing tall as a tower. And another corner here for Malawi. What can they make out of that one? Almost 35 minutes into the first half. It has been a good one. I mean, in terms of football, showing that these young men here will be separated from the boys in next year. They would have to go up a level, perhaps go represent their national teams. Oh, what a mistake! And goalkeeper coming to the rescue there, as if they were all asleep. Now, really, the young men, they're now really battling there in the, or rather up front. And now, coming there from the left side is Malawi again, as you can see there. Always coming to arrive late, and that might cost him luck. I'm not so sure what I see right here, but the number 5 there, that is Antonius Guisa, always arriving a little bit late.
I think Antonius is in a lot of trouble today from Billiard. Billiard is really exposing him out there at the right back position.
Yes,
Just
that
look
corner
at
there.
Oh, Panduleni with that miss.
Yo,
Oh.
it was very close for Panduleni, or rather that is Leopold Hakushika, the number 12. Oh yes, I guess that's the middle name, Panduleni.
And it looks like Antonius is on the ground there.
He's on the ground, and really a bit worried there because every time that Mishak Billiard gets the ball at number 7, he would always arrive late. I believe he should perhaps closely, monitor that player there for Bilal. Otherwise, he's going to cause some problems for the Namibians.
Ooh, definitely a foul there. He got caught on the boot there.
And very aggressive there is Bilal, isn't it?
Yes, and also we need to understand that Bilal is so fast.
And it is a yellow card there for Bilal.
I think a very strong player, very fast, a very pacey player when he's in attack, Bilal. And that is why Tino has been struggling to keep him at bay. And maybe this is where the team decides, okay, no, I think Bilal is giving him trouble. Either they make tactical changes or they always have a second player that is ready to cover defend Tino. Because Tino is quite slower than Bilal, and Bilal is exposing him very much there at the right back position.
The coach would hope that buildup is fine to continue with play. It shouldn't be an injury that would bother him throughout the match, as he has a rather tough opponent in Mishak Bilal. Look at that, 1-2. 1-2, touch, let's go. Safuli. Referee says yes, it is a free kick here. And the obvious man there, Madalita, or rather Madalito Safuli, will be taking that free kick. How far is it?
It's all right.
He might fancy his chances from there. We have seen those powerful legs, isn't it?
Yes. But I think the best option here is just to try and get it in between the defense and the goalkeeper, allowing his teammates to run onto that ball, make that touch.
Look at that shot! Always dangerous. Not just finding his foot. As you can see there, Angola have scored 2 goals now against Zimbabwe. So there is only one thing now, and it is for any of these two teams to win, or either Malawi would wish the score to stay like this. So it is for Namibia now, if they wish to go through, to really win this match. Other than that, as it is, they are out.
Yes. But also here might be another chance, an opportunity for Namibia to score.
Yes.
And put themselves in the lead in a comfortable position.
Excellent.
I think a great position also.
Excellent.
And it looks like the captain. And I also see Rashid there next to the captain. Could it be a goal?
Look at that, ooh, another chance.
I think a good idea there, but bad execution. He could have done better with that free kick.
Yes. But for now, yes, as things stand, with 40 minutes played into the first half of this match, 5 minutes left, plus added time here. Now, here comes Malawi. Well intercepted there, and could be another opportunity here. And Antonio, what can he make out of that one? Look at that! Really under pressure. The tower at the back with that header. The Namibian tower. Now, look at that. Billiard coming through, taking the...
What a block!
Tackle!
Panduleni, once again. I mean, he has had a lovely game so far. What a block. State-of-the-art stuff there. Lovely.
Wow.
And to think, Billiard moved from the left-hand side to the right-hand side. You know, we would call it Bruat Khasuk, just looking for another chance, you know, just a gap. But Banduleni is saying, go back to where you are coming from.
And I think such tackles would actually scare the opponent to a certain extent.
Yes, definitely. Billiard is going to left wing now after that. Look at that. Whoo! Lovely tackle there. I think so clean.
Really very
Perfectly
clean.
timed also. Wow.
Wow. This young man here really displaying some good football. In the Namibian tower there.
I think it's safe to say that that should be his nickname from now onwards, the Namibian Tower.
Don't know whether he will like it. And now Malawi trying, looking at launching a long one here. Goalkeeper comes out, punches that one, and not out of danger here, as Malawi could be dangerous from there. Yes, I think the young man there in Billiard is a bit scared now.
Yes, definitely. You could see him pull back there.
Yes, pulling back. And now again, what is he going to do this time around?
Banduleni says, not today. Go back to where you're coming from.
He is watching him very closely. Not giving him a chance to do as he wishes. Another long one there from Namibia. And now young Antonius, look at where he is, needs to deal with that one. And he does just that. I mean, they have waken up, isn't it? I mean, the Namibian defense, at least Malawi is not, you know, proving to be so much dangerous as the first minutes of this match.
I think the Namibian side also did their homework on on Malawi, you know, with them not making any changes in the squad. Definitely did homework on this Malawi side, and it shows.
Really fighting for the ball there, and Namibia, that's a clash of heads. Namibia getting that free kick here in the dying minutes of the first half.
And it looks like it's Fabiano on the ground there. I think
Fabiano Avasep. Look at the young face there. That is Antonius Guisep.
and you can see he worked really hard, you know, just look at him there, the way he's breathing there. It's like he's working overtime there.
And if you have realized how Mishak Billiard is playing, look at that.
Just look at that. Yeah, definitely a push there from Ofat.
Looking at how Mishak Billiard is playing, remember this whole time he was at the left flank, and now coming back here to the right.
2 minutes additional
That is why he got tackled there.
Yes.
But now, not so sure. I think he has that free role as the captain, isn't it?
Yes, but also him coming to the right-hand side definitely not working because Panduleni has him in his pocket. If I have to say,
little chip there. Yes, the idea was there for the Namibians. Couldn't just work for them. Another reckless one given away there. And now, Malawi, they can be dangerous. Safuli. And now Billiard. Look at how Billiard is pulling away there. Goodness me. Another shot here. The lanky defender there trying from far. That is Precious Manjawira. Precious Manjawira had a very good game against Zimbabwe in the opening match of this tournament.
I think he's one of those players in the Malawi side that are very consistent.
Look at that player there. The Namibian tower taking that one so easily. And let's hope it's not that serious, but at times you would want players to be somehow tough, isn't it?
Yes.
I mean, look at that attack from the Namibians. Had he played on, perhaps they could have got something out of that.
Yes, definitely.
But now he decided to abandon play and
but it
go
looks
down.
like it was a head injury.
Oh, yes. That's the technical part and tactical part of the game. Looking at where you are going down, say if it's not injury or if it's not a serious injury,
Yes.
because you tend to get players that would fake unnecessary injuries, you know.
Just have a look at that.
Yeah, it is definitely a bad one. Nothing on, I mean, anything on the head
Yes, definitely.
would be really dangerous.
And especially when you're not expecting it, like he didn't see that, so he was really not expecting that.
Yeah. Again, another head injury there.
And I
Could
was
be a
just
yellow
about to say
card.
yes.
Another yellow card there for Malawi.
I think very well-deserved yellow card there for Moffat. He really has been too physical, a little bit too physical in this encounter.
And 2 minutes that is added has lapsed. 2 minutes have lapsed. And there, Onesimus Timotheus looking at making a long one. Look at that one, giving it away easily. And the referee says it is enough for the first half. As you can see there, the two players, or rather the two teams, running to the dressing room to show that eagerness of going to take the final instructions of the final half of this match. But yes, there is the young man in Mekeni Kavenji, goalkeeper of the tournament in the Namibian newspaper cup tournament, finally representing his country here. And as we are just waiting for the highlights here. But I mean, your overall take on this match here as Namibia 0 and Malawi 0.
I think a very great first half from both sides. Both teams coming at each other with such energy, so much physical attributes being brought from both sides by both teams. I think Malawi asking most of the questions in this encounter.
And let's quickly go to the highlights here. Highlights of the first half of this match, as it is Namibia 0 and Malawi 0. You can see the two teams there coming out ready, really knowing that they really need to win, both of the teams. And as you can see, the first corner there that came through, and a little bit of a confusion there between the defenders. And here Malawi coming really very strong. Look at that shot. Unfortunately, just over the crossbar, perhaps didn't really connect well with that one, isn't it? And it went way above the crossbar. Look at that shot there. It was dangerous, but I think the goalkeeper had it covered. Nice interplay there between the two players, knowing when to leave, as the other player just came in was in a better position actually to take that kick. And look there, McKenny really, Gavenji being excellent in those aerial balls, just giving it a touch with his hand and taking out of position there. And now, look at that. The number 19, that is Nantunga, has been very quiet lately, perhaps being neutralized. And look at that, Mango with that free kick. Mango, just. And I think the goalkeeper was beaten for a second. Look at that, another free kick there, another opportunity there for Namibia. Could have done better, and that player knows that is Fabiano Abasep. Knows very well that could have been a chance there. And as we go for the first half, or rather half time, we will be back very soon.
Here in the heart of Namibia, where red dunes meet ocean blues, where sunsets write poetry across the sky, a new chapter is about to begin. From Swakopmund's breeze to Vintage rhythm, we don't just play for points, we play with purpose, with pride, with heart. In 2025, we welcome you, Region 5, 10 nations strong, not just to compete, but to connect, to grow, to shine. Our streets know struggle. Our people, they know strength. And our youth, they know exactly what it means to rise. So step into our home. Feel the beat of Africa beneath your feet. Let the cheers echo through Independence Stadium. Let your story unfold with every race, every goal, every try. This is for you. This is Namibia. This is your time. Own the moment.
My name is Jacqueline Gertze. I am the General Manager for the Local Organizing Committee for the Region 5 Youth Games, Namibia 2024. The beautiful thing about the Region 5 Youth Games is that is your biggest multi-sport event in the SADC region. From our side as the Local Organizing Committee and from the desk of the General Manager, you know, all systems are running. And as a country, we can with confidence say we are ready to welcome 9 other nations into Namibia as early as from 29th of June. For the first time also, this is the 11th edition, but for the first time, Special Olympics is part of the multiple sports event such as this, which is the Region 5 Youth Games. So inclusivity stands out as a very big highlight. And then also, not only inclusivity in terms of special athletes, athletes of disability, but also women, girls and boys competing in different sports codes with equal opportunity. It's a very big moment for communities and the nations to gel, to come together, get to know each other and really represent the African Union vision. The main factor here is sports infrastructure development to enable everybody to have access to sports. Namibia always promoted the active participation of young people in arts, music, sport and so on, but the one thing was missing, and that is that we don't have access to sports facilities for everybody that loves the game. These games is basically creating that. We are representing the government of Namibia. When they speak, they refer to boys and girls, able and disabled. There's no moment in these games, and over the times that I have lived in the sport, that I have seen leadership speaking with the same voice in terms of inclusivity. And that is, for me, the best space to work in, and that inspires me a lot.
It is the Region 5 Youth Games 2024. We're excited for you to join us in the land of the brave, Windhoek, Namibia. We're also excited for you to join us on the socials, and we have 3 main hashtags for these games. And I've got my chairman here, as well as my general manager, to share with us the hashtags. Hashtag
Own the moment.
and hashtag
I am Region 5.
and it is hashtag More Than Games. We're excited. Join us on our socials. Join us, share your videos with us, and walk this journey with us. It is Region 5 Youth Games 2024. See you there.
My name is Ndoripula Hamtumwa. I'm the chairperson of the Region 5 Youth Games. Namibia is known for hosting major multidisciplinary games. As you recall, in 2006, Namibia hosted this edition, and that created a platform for us to be able to host junior multidisciplinary competition, such as the AU Region 5 Youth Games. We have the systems in place, therefore Namibia is destined to host these major games. This is a platform where we shape characters, where we shape new ideals, where we create friendship, where we begin to speak about economic empowerment, youth empowerment. And this creates excitement. This brings in the nerves to make the competition great, because this is where we break barriers. Destiny is only shaped by those that believes in working with the youth. And for me, I remain indebted to these young men and women who believes that Africa must arise, and it can only be arise by bringing everybody together and bringing the youth at the center of development. My wish is that when all the athletes that are coming here, they must come with an open mind that dreams can become a reality. Sport has the power to create an economic enhancement in the lives of all the athletes. So I wish all the athletes that are coming here all the best, and as I said, all dreams are valid and they can be a reality through sport.
Here in the heart of Namibia, where red dunes meet ocean blues, where sunsets write poetry across the sky, a new chapter is about to begin. From Swakopmund's breeze to Windhoek's rhythm, we don't just play for points, we play with purpose, with pride, with heart. In 2025, we welcome you, Region 5, 10 nations strong, not just to compete, but to connect, to grow, to shine. Our streets know struggle. Our people, they know strength. And our youth, they know exactly what it means to rise. So step into our home, Feel the beat of Africa beneath your feet. Let the cheers echo through Independence Stadium. Let your story unfold with every race, every goal, every try. This is for you. This is Namibia. This is your time. Own the moment.
My name is Jacqueline Gertze. I am the General Manager for the Local Organizing Committee for the Region 5 Youth Games, Namibia 2024. The beautiful thing about the Region 5 Youth Games is that is your biggest multi-sport event in the SADC region. From our side as the Local Organizing Committee and from the desk of the General Manager, you know, all systems are running. And as a country, we can with confidence say we are ready to welcome 9 other nations into Namibia as early as from 29th of June. For the first time also, this is the 11th edition, but for the first time, Special Olympics is part of the multiple sports event such as this, which is the Region 5 Youth Games. So inclusivity stands out as a very big highlight. And then also, not only inclusivity in terms of special athletes, athletes of disability, but also women, girls and boys competing in different sports codes with equal opportunity. It's a very big moment for communities and the nations to gel, to come together, get to know each other and really represent the African Union vision. The main factor here is sports infrastructure development to enable everybody to have access to sport.
Welcome back to the second half of this match here. And we are talking as the referee gets us underway for the final half of this match. That is Namibia versus Malawi. And it is still 0-0. I mean, second half came to an end. And now the second half, and I am with Lydiana Nanamusa. I mean, your take on this second half. What do you expect both teams to come up with?
I think both teams should be working really hard to get those goals. Because as it stands, Malawi is comfortable. They can actually advance to the semi-finals if they draw today. But it would be very bad and sad news for Namibia, as that would mean that they bow out of the competition. I think I'm expecting to see a lot of attacking and a lot of solid defense there in the second half of this encounter.
And I think it will be heartbreaking for Malawi as well if they have to lose out of this tournament here, because of the way how they played in the first match, and then unfortunately, or rather drawing against Angola. But I should tell you, on paper, Malawi is actually a better side. Their tactical awareness and all that they are doing now, that is so good. I mean, it will be heartbreaking for them. They really came prepared. Look at that chance again.
I think Malawi being the better of the two sides today, they would definitely be heartbroken if they don't advance to the semi-finals, if Namibia manages to win this match.
Really heartbreaking stuff for both teams. As you have rightly said, if Namibia have to bow out of this tournament, being the host nation, and then Malawi having the right team, really. Players that are so sharp. Players that are playing so good. Also to bow out of this tournament would be really heartbreaking for them. But well, it is football. It is football. At least today, at around, or rather when this match comes to an end, we would know as to who is going through and who is going or who is bowing out of this tournament. Look at that goalkeeper coming out there. A shot. But then not accurate enough there from the young number 18, Carl Bell.
I think a great touch there by the goalkeeper Fanuel, and it looks like he might have gotten an injury from that. Hopefully it's just a minor discomfort and nothing serious, and he can continue.
Let's hope so. You would always want your best goalkeeper to continue, you know, in order to keep or to have that consistency. But let's really hope he is coming back. And as you can see there, the Namibian tower, that is Onesimus Timotheus. And now, as you can see, Ricky Bronzel.
I think he still needs to learn to be consistent. You know, you see him in a moment and then he disappears from the entire match. I think, you know, it's like he's simmering. Does he want to stay hot or is he going to stay cold? You know, he still needs to decide if he wants to be consistent. He really needs to be consistent.
And now Malawi this time around. Ooh. Look at that, another opportunity. Could that be an offside? Yes.
I think a great call there. Very tight, but a great call there from the assistant referee.
Oh, yes. And that is the problematic Mango.
And if he was just onside, I know definitely the Namibian side would have been punished. He does not waste those chances up front.
No, he doesn't. Really, believe me, he doesn't. Trying to put it down with the chest there. Another long one there for Mango. Look at that. As if he's trying to line up for that one. You can see the urgency in that control. And now look, Billiard with that cross. And taken away there from the defense.
I think impressive tactical awareness there by Lamek, spotting Billiard's run, you know, making that turn there and spotting his teammate, his captain actually, running there, making that lovely run. I think a great pass from him and also a great effort there from Billiard.
Now Billiard again. Look at that, Billiard trying to run. 1-2, look at that. Billiard really. And now, what a great tackle that as well. And the referee sees nothing wrong with the initial tackle on Billiard, but then the second tackle there says it is getting physical, boys. Let's take it easy.
I think the Namibian side can actually take pride in the fact that their tackles are so perfectly timed. You know, they know when to get off, go down. They know when to stay on their feet. I think very, very tactically aware also. Doing a solid work there in defense, just lacking a lot in their attack. The Namibian side is really doing lovely there by the defense.
And he is up and running. That is Billiard. Look at that.
Just look at that.
Nicely controlled there. Playing 1-2. Look at that. Turning, and it was a foul. And we know there is one particular player here, that is Madalito Safuli, the number 14. That can be dangerous in those free kicks. And he is right behind that one. Hence, I think Mango is also standing behind that one. There he is. Safuli. Safuli! No.
I think failed to get that curl in that ball.
Yes.
I think power, everything was right. He just missed on that curl.
Yes. Perhaps the distance of the ball as well, I'm not so sure. But yes. Could see the Everett Bell, the number 18. Look at that, the young man in Bronzel. Namibian Tower, what is he going to do? Really, if you compare them in terms of height and body size, Mango is so small compared to Onesimus Timotheus, isn't it?
Yes, and both of them using their strengths so well, with Mango being fast, you know, pacey, and Onesimus using his height as an advantage.
Look, another free kick there for Namibia. And the player that went down there, Fabiano Avasep. Now, Namibia throwing players there up front. Look at that. Referee saying he spotted a foul. He spotted a foul.
And you see there, James just warning Lucas, the captain, like, I saw what you did there. Don't ever do that again.
As you can see there, the Malawian crowd getting up and urging their boys and really showing the boys that they are there, or they are here, in fact, at the Dr. Hage Geingob Stadium. Look at that. They are the noisier of the two sets of supporters. How hard was that? Really, the goalkeeper coming out. Perhaps the elbow there. I'm not so sure.
I think the injury was actually the Malawi players injuring each other. The Namibian captain really didn't have much of an influence on that. He just jumped there. So 3 Malawi players colliding there. I think definitely goes to show the lack of communication, the communication barrier that they also have.
And that could be perhaps the pressure that they are starting to feel now from the Namibian side. Is that a team? I see the Namibian hats. Yes, another throw in here, as there is still plenty of time to play for here. Yes, that's the supporters of Malawi making noise here at the Dr. Hage Geingob Rugby Stadium. Look at that beautiful play, isn't it? Look at that. As you have said, the number 11, Vitario Bronza, at times you see him, and at times then he disappears. You wonder as to where he is. Now, Antonius Guisap, young boy there, giving some signals. And look at him! Wasting that perfect opportunity, I think.
Wow.
So far, the best chance for the Namibian side. And he knows that's the captain.
What a miss.
Yo.
No pressure from the defense of Malawi. You know, he was there with his teammate.
Oh, now on the back foot. That is the young man in Billiard. It is end-to-end stuff here, isn't it? I mean, nearly conceding a goal that side. That is
lovely ball in there. Fumble. Ooh.
Oh my goodness.
Lovely ball. Look at the fumble by the defense there. Lack of communication showing there. He could have done so much better there, the captain Lucas. And there were 3 actually. Even the player behind him could have said, Gaudu could have said, let it be, leave it, I can deal with it.
And now they have to defend here, the Namibians, through a corner. Goalkeeper vital touch there. And now, Namibia on the other hand, attacking there from the center line. Look at that young boy there, that is Bronzel, putting pressure. There's a quite
What a
number
lovely
of
flick on there.
supporters that are here really for Malawi, showing some support. Is that a push? The referee says no. And it is play on James, clearing there from the back. Another one here for the Namibians. Will he get to that one? The captain. And failing to get to that one.
But what a lovely ball there from Antonius, just making so much effort to keep that ball, move a bit in front, just take up that space, the space that he has in front of him, just trying to spot the captain there. A lovely pass from him.
It was perhaps a little bit powerful there for him. But yes, it is game on here. Now the clearance there under pressure really from the Namibian side. And a throw in here for the young Antonius Buildup, telling his teammates to push up. He's going to throw in a long one. Yes, it is indeed very long.
Again. Up. Get out.
Another long one. Now, Billiard, the captain. Look at that run. Hardly loses that ball. Now, look at that turn. What can the tower do there?
Ha! Perfectly dealt with there by the Namibian tower. Onesmus doing such a lovely work there behind.
Nesmos, look at that powerful run. Disappointed with himself on that one.
I think he did everything right there with trying to protect that ball, having that ball, making that powerful run there on the flank there. I think his final decision making, his final pass is what let him down there. And he should really be, angry with himself. After all that effort, he just gave that ball away so cheaply.
Yeah.
Just look at that replay. Just getting in that toe there, Onesmus. Great defending.
Using his length, obviously. Even though he went down, just sticking out his foot and having a touch to that one. And now, Billiard. Billiard can be dangerous on that one. Trying to look for his teammate there. It is a shot!
And the Namibian side know that it was about to get bad for them. Things
Really?
could have gone from bad to worse for them,
Really nerve-wracking stuff here for the Namibians. For those that are watching and those that are here at the Hage Game Cup Stadium, I bet you it is really not so sure how to put it, but yes, nerve-wracking.
I love the energy that's coming from the Malawi attack.
Now, the Namibian tower there from the back, making a big clearance there in Timotheus. And another opportunity here for Malawi. Goalkeeper coming out. It was, however, offside. Quickly playing that one with the captain. Playing there with Antonius. And now Bronzel. Bronzel going down. Was that not easy? And pulled up there by the teammate is Vitalia Bronzel.
What a touch. Yusufu just off target there.
Yusufu Nantunga off target really. We will start counting down the minutes here. As it is, Namibia are going out. Another push there from, or rather offside. Just wondering as to how the score is there between Angola and Zimbabwe. And the last time we saw Angola 2, Zimbabwe 0 that side. I mean, Angola still leading Zimbabwe by 2-0. That is another match that is currently on from this group at the UNAM Stadium. Now, going down, what was that?
It didn't look
Mango.
that serious. We will have to see a replay to see that.
Mango going down. Not so sure what happened to him. Was that deliberate? Look at that, controlling that ball and a tackle coming in. What was that?
Oh, I think he fell on his shoulder. I think that might be from the fall, the impact from the fall.
Oh, yeah. And there he is, Mwisho Mango. And now here is Kondwani Tebulo coming in with that one. Another shot.
Namibian Tower.
Namibian Tower really making sure that nothing is passing through there. Another cross. And goalkeeper having no problem with getting to that one. Unfortunately, the delivery there really disappointing. No wonder these ones are sitting so quiet. Is that a perhaps indication of being disappointed in that? I'm not so sure.
I think Onesmus is having such a lovely game today. Really growing into the tournament. Started off slow in the first match. You could see him in the second match, and now in the third match, he's definitely present for the Namibian side there in defense, the number 20, Onesmus Timotheus.
Another long one there. There is some noise going on here. Supporters, they're competing in terms of who is actually making the better noise here. Actually good for football, isn't it?
Yeah, lovely stuff from the supporters. The players really need to hear the supporters, see that there's people out here that are actually vouching for them. It gives them that little extra boost of confidence, and you can see in the style of play from both sides.
Another throw in here for Namibia. How big can they take that one? Yes. Another throw in again.
Great touch there by Tebulo to make sure that he just delays the Namibian attackers from going towards his goal.
And there it is, the number 5 again, Antonius Guisep, telling the players, really, guys, you need to go down there, because I'm going to throw a long one. Look at that again. No pressure from that throw in. Another free kick here for Namibia. Open stats here from Billiard.
And Billiard really needs to be careful. He's already on a yellow. Another yellow would mean that he is out of this game. And
Yes.
his team would have to play with one man down, one man less.
And for such a player, really, you cannot miss him with those silly mistakes. One of their vital players, or rather one of the vital players here for Malawi. Very important player. There he is, Billiard.
Great defensive work there by
I'm
Bronzo.
telling you.
Just intercepting that pass, you know, not kicking it away, having possession of that pass, that ball, trying to find a teammate. Lovely stuff.
Has a very good walking rate, that is Billiard. handball. And I think Malawi would start to waste a little bit of time as they are relaxed now. Seeing from that ball that they are not in a hurry of taking that free kick. Long one. Fighting hard there, and Namibian Tower making a long one. That is Timotheus. Look at that.
Lovely pass.
Lovely pass there from
Shipuka.
Shipuka.
Out.
Telling you the coach keeps on screaming. Now it could be a chance here for Mango to make those runs. Look at Mango playing it out there to the right. Now Namibia on the back foot. Beautiful cross there for Malawi.
Great defensive work there by Antonius.
And is that a foul? The referee is not interested. And he says it is a throw-in for Namibia. And they are not happy at all. Two changes here for Namibia. We will just have to confirm those changes I see here.
Robinho van
Number 14.
Off comes jersey number 10.
We
Souveni
have number
Kaldu.
17 as well coming in.
And on goes jersey number 14. Vaigotsi Nasima.
Number 14 there is Nasima. And Robinho van Wyk coming in. And then the number 10, that is Kaudu coming out. Vitario Bronzel coming off, as well as Suvere Kaudu coming off, both of them, and then Robinho van Wyk and Nasima there coming on. Just substitution confirmation for you there. Look at that. They can be dangerous. Look at that. Yo.
That could have gone really bad for the Namibian side.
Look at the goalkeeper there trying to go down, and the Namibian Tower there in Timotheus miscalculating that one.
But we need to give him credit for being at the right place at the right time. You know, it takes a lot of tactical awareness to do something like that. Look at that pass from Mango to Tebulo. Brings it in. Ooh, almost. Almost.
20 minutes for either of this team to take the lead, or else.
Ooh. Hey, Safuli.
Young boys battling out here, really. He's getting physical indeed. Now, Namibia again here from the back with the goalkeeper taking that one. Look at that. I mean, really very disappointing, very casual from the goalkeeper, isn't it?
Yes, definitely. And with the pressure coming from the Malawi side, the Namibian side really need to remain focused if they want to remain in this competition and score that goal. Because now it comes down to a lack of concentration that I'm spotting from a lot of players in the Namibian side.
He's getting physical here, and another throw in here for Malawi. Look at Mango being relaxed, and the supporters really having a go at each other here in terms of trying to show who can chant the best here.
I think the work rate of Namibia's number 6, Fabiano, very impressive. You know, he's such a hard-working player. I think that is why he always plays in this team, because he doesn't leave any ball. He wants to win those balls for his team. Defensively, very sound player.
Yes, indeed, and a long throw in there for Malawi. Shot from far. And goalkeeper well positioned on it.
He really needs to work on his distribution.
Yes, those deliveries there, not on point at all from the Namibian goalkeeper. Look at that cross. Now, good play here from the Namibians, but then well timed, perfectly done so by the number 12, that is the young man from Malawi, Tebulo. Now a free kick here for Namibia. And look at how far Precious Munjawira is going to defend, really from his position.
Just look at that replay there. Ooh, definitely guilty there.
Now, Longwana couldn't go through there. Playing back to the goalkeeper, and the goalkeeper immediately, look at that! Oh, could be deadly! What a mistake by the goalkeeper! And Malawi taking the lead here! My goodness! What a blinder by the goalkeeper!
For
And Malawi taking the lead.
You know, the goalkeeper had no pressure on him. He could have controlled that ball, looked up and given it to one of his teammates, you know. Like I said before, his distribution is what is going to cost his team today. Now, things have gone from bad to worse.
Namibia 0.
Lamek Miti, the goal scorer there for Malawi, taking the lead. Almost with some 15 minutes left now.
Just look at that replay. Unnecessary error there from the goalkeeper. And Lamek says, thank you. I will see you in the semi-finals and you can watch me from TV. Look at that goal.
I mean,
you didn't have to do a lot. Just get it in the right place, you know.
No pressure at all.
I mean, come on.
No pressure
Those are the
all
unforced errors that have been costing the Namibian side, and it is unfortunate that, you know, they needed a win today, and Malawi just, you know, being the better of the two sides, using their opportunities.
And that is the case here, as Namibia is trailing by 1-0.
And I think the captain should be heartbroken with that open goal chance that he missed earlier. You know, it could have been a 1-1 scenario right now, but he missed, and Malawi unfortunately capitalized on their mistake. Woo!
Really into trouble, and the captain here trying from far. That is Lucas Sakias. I mean, if you make this kind of mistakes, then you don't go anywhere. There. Now, playing it forward here is the young number 17 here from Namibia, Robino van Beek. I mean, the two subs that came in, did you see them perhaps making any impact, Lydiana?
No, I'm yet to see both of them, or either one, get into this game and try and help the side. You know, the reason why subs are made is because a coach has a plan. Maybe this one is not working and you're brought on so that you can be the change. And that is what the Namibian subs have been lacking in this second half, coming onto this field, and I haven't seen a lot from them actually.
Look at that one, another one here for Malawi.
Wow!
Could be another one here. Defended there from the back, and the defense leaving dangerously. Look at that. That is Rashid Naubep, perhaps being unsportsmanship there to throw that ball to the opponent. You don't do that, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. It is supposed to be all love out there. You know, the fight is very much clean. A lot of competition expected, but we also expect to see a lot of sportsmanship when players are in the field, because football is about that.
It is about love and friendship. However, with the competition coming into play, you will have to compete with that white leather there in the middle of the field, trying to take that leather onto the net of the opponent. But yes, look at that through pass there. Goalkeeper coming out, and this time around, timing was good. Chipuka. Nice turn there. Long one. With that 1-2 there. Perhaps taking support and trying to take that one. And now. Look at that. Really, the Namibian bench there, frustrated.
I mean, it is understandable considering the fact that they've been trying so hard to get into this matchup, and they concede from an unforced error like that. You know, it brings a lot of frustration both to the players and also to the technical team. Definitely a worst time to make a mistake like that. And I see on the other hand that Fanuel, the goalkeeper for Malawi, is on the ground. I'm not so sure as to what might have happened there, but I think this is the right moment and the right time for them to waste time, you know, come up with time-wasting tactics if that is what they want to do, considering the fact that they scored the one goal that they were looking for.
Yes, as the shadows are getting long here, that's the indication that the sun is about to set, and that's a clear indication that time is also ticking as the sun is setting here in the capital city of Namibia, in Windhoek, as we have 10 minutes left for Namibia to perhaps force a draw or even overturn the scoreline here. Not so sure as to whether that is going to happen. And Mango immediately coming through. Okay, that one of the subs there in Robino van Wyk, giving away that one cheaply. Still for the second time, cannot get to that one. Oh yes, getting a throw in there. That is Namibia.
Good defensive work there from Robino, just causing that mistake from Tebulo.
And really failing to control. And I don't see the urgency here from the Namibian side. Doesn't really play like a team that is trailing, and a team that knows that only a win will do for them.
But this is where your mental strength comes into the game, you know. They understand that they need at least 2 goals, and they shouldn't concede if they want to advance to the semi-finals. But do they have that mental strength?
That's a big question. Let's see here in the last 9 minutes whether the mental strength will come into play. Malawi, as you can clearly hear them singing.
A very deserving goal there for Malawi. If the scoreline has to remain as such, I think a very deserving win from Malawi. Of the two sides, definitely in the driving seat of this game. And I think as things stand right now, the Namibian side are bowing out of this competition. I think a good competition and tournament they've had. Good start to the tournament, but look at that replay. Ooh, definitely a foul there from Chipuka on Billiard.
Really couldn't agree more. Totally agree with you in terms of the two teams as to which one would be really deserving this win. So far, Malawi have really shown us some good football here. They have really shown good football, and two substitutions again here.
Ronald Kanjo. Off comes jersey number 12, Leopold Hakushika. And on goes jersey number 19, Adriano Gavab.
Adriano Gavab coming off there. We will just confirm, yes, Leopold Hakushika coming off, and then Adriano Gavab going in there at number 19. And they only have less than 6 minutes to bring about that necessary change that the Namibians want. And talking of Namibians, that includes the ones that are currently watching this match on different platforms. The Namibians that are the players themselves, and the Namibians from the bench, including the technical team. Talking off, another shot! Oh! Hitting the crossbar there. Very dangerous there from Malawi. Still showing that they really want this one.
What a shot. Look at that power. I mean, if it was not for the woodwork there, they were looking at a 2-0 situation right now, the Namibian side.
Yep. And I was just trying to make it a point that the substitutions that went in, all Namibians are looking at them now, including the ones that are currently screaming here, or perhaps a bit quiet now here on the stands, as the Malawians really are up in arms in terms of chanting.
I think the Namibian side have really dropped their heads in this encounter. You can just see there's no motivation to try and get those 2 goals. No urgency from the players there.
Mango, look at that run, twist and turning. Look at that, taking his time. Samaya, look at that.
Tebulo has been having a lovely game.
Captain finally coming to the rescue to stop that one there. And as it stands, I'm not so sure as to what is happening at the Unam Stadium, but regardless that, even if Angola have to perhaps lose that side, Namibia is going out as it stands.
Off comes jersey number 7, Mishek Billiard. And on goes jersey number 8, Laksan Wahita.
Lakson Wahita coming in at number 8. Look there, I mean, not even under pressure, trying to clear that one. Taking on 3 players there. Beautiful play, but then where's the support? Is there enough support? Look at that. Bad pass really from the Namibians.
I think
the idea was there, but
Robinho is quite skillful, but his final decision making always fails him. That final pass always failing him. Always fails to find the teammate. But skill-wise, technically, very gifted player, exciting player to watch. But you know, just that final pass always letting him down.
Look at that goal kick that was given away as well, you know. It is unfortunate, perhaps, for those that really had hope that Namibia would go through. And then the coach also, Jeremy Zimmer, trying to show us some skills.
But also just that final touch failing him as well.
The final touch failing him as well as a coach.
Woo!
It is only a win that will see Namibia go through here. Otherwise, other than that, besides a win, Namibia will have to watch the tournament from the stands for those that will be coming to the soccer field, or else they would be watching from the COSAFA YouTube channel. They would be watching from NBC 1 or 2, and even watching on NBC Plus if they happens to really fail to pass this hurdle here.
I would call this a mountain. You know, hurdle is very small to, you know, get over, but this is definitely a mountain, and it is very steep if the Namibian side are looking to qualify to the semi-finals.
Not so sure of which from this hour's mountain is really at the peak. Yeah. And the young Greece are trying to fight for that one. And they can be dangerous there, Malawi. Perhaps a little bit tired there. Not responsive as in the first minute of this match. Look at that, what does the referee say? He's not interested. And Namibia, knowing that they are trailing, trying to send that one forward.
I think that hasn't been working for the Namibian side, considering the height and the disadvantage that they have with Precious Manjawira, very tall, and using his height as an advantage. You know, all those aerial balls, he wins them. But every time they've tried to play the ball to foot or in space, they actually managed to get to the final third of Malawi.
And this would be a second loss here for Namibia if they lose this one. Remember, their first match they played against Angola, and they lost that one by 1-0, having won against Zimbabwe by 3-2. Offside, and 90-minute mark, and only 5 minutes of optional time here at the Dr. Hage Geingob Stadium. What are they going to do?
I think the Namibian side should be glad that it's 5 minutes, you know, enough time to get those 2 goals that they want. But it's not happening if they are going to be caught offside like that, like they just got caught.
Asking for what they are going to do, I was referring to the Malawian teams in these 5 last minutes.
I think even a draw is okay for the Malawi side, but I think they still want the goal. Just to look at that.
Another opportunity offside.
You know, the Malawi side, from the first minute to the last, they are fighting. They are ruthless in attack, very rock solid there at the back. A lovely team to watch. You don't even know when they get tired, you know, always pushing themselves.
Now could be another opportunity for Namibia. No support at all. Perhaps failing to find some teammates there, or rather looking up to see as to who has created some space. And now Malawi on the attack, played very quick here.
Oh.
Malawi looks as if they are the ones that are trailing this match, playing with that urgency, isn't it?
Yes.
Look at that, throwing that ball forward as well, putting the defense under pressure.
Great defensive work there by Bell. He has been awfully quiet in the second half. And to finally see him in the match and try and help his team, I think good job there from him.
Good job that from him, you reckon? But yes. And another offside play here for another. Look at that clearance again there from the defense of Malawi, and we have played 2 minutes of the 5 minutes that is added. Almost 2 minutes and 30 seconds that is left for Namibia to really respond here. Getting a free kick there. Now. Another free kick here for Namibia. What can they make out of that one? Look at that free kick. I mean, disappointing really for a team that is trailing at this last minutes, knowing that you have to win. And having such free kicks, I mean.
Lamek Biti, and on goes jersey number 9.
I think the Namibian side has really given up.
Off comes jersey number 8.
Yes. And perhaps just trying to buy some time, the Malawian team making 2 substitutions. As there you can see 2 substitutions there. The young Clifford Chisale coming in. Chisale coming on. Will Mango get that one? Long one. Anyone will do for Malawi as Lamek Mti comes out, and there is the 2 subs confirmation. Clifford Chisale and Sakanamba coming on in these last minutes of added time, as we are only left, or there is rather only some 40 seconds left now. Another yellow card there for the goalkeeper, as that is deemed as time wasting. And another yellow card again. This time around for the player there. 2 players getting yellow cards within a space of 5 seconds. That is Luciano Fanuel, number 16. And it should be over now. Should be over now. As big mistake there. Could be another second one here for Malawi. Look at that. Could that be another goal? Yes! It is a goal!
Home and dry.
It is a goal here. Look at that. Super sub. Lakson Wahita. And it is 2-0 here. Wow. Malawi taking this one away in the last minute. Scoring beyond the 5 added minutes here at the Dr. Hage Geingob Rugby Stadium. Look at the celebrations there.
Just look at that.
That Timotheus, and it is all over for Namibia. The Namibian tower failing to get away that one. Look at that. Composure, ball control, taking that shot there. And my word, well over. And I think Malawi here deserve this win against the host nation.
Ladies and gentlemen, a reminder of our fixtures
Look at that.
tomorrow. Here at the Hage Geingob Stadium at exactly 12
Malawi
o'clock.
going through.
The first match will be the woman.
Where are they running to?
Eswatini.
They are running to the camera people there as just off your screens.
That's at 3 o'clock. At the UNAM Stadium tomorrow after 12 o'clock.
And it is full time here. I mean, scored, conceding in the last minute there, Namibia as well, showing that really Malawi came here with purpose, and they have done that. Taking all 3 points and going through to the semi-finals here, Lydia.
As I mentioned before, the Namibian side really struggle with concentration, especially in the late minutes of each half. We've seen that they concede those goals at a later stage. Just goes to show that mentally they really aren't tough, you know. And the Malawi side always coming with the best from the first minute to the last, and it just showed here also with those goals that they have scored. The Malawi side definitely deserved this win. They were in the driving seat most of the match, you know, asking those questions from the first minute they walked into this pitch. A very well deserving win for Malawi, and I think a good fight from Namibia, but it is unfortunate that they are bowing out of this competition right now.
They are bowing out of the competition. They have done. And here, it is not Everett Bell, it is rather Lamek Miti. That is the player of the match here. Good to see some babies as well at the soccer field. It is good. That is what we want. Family to come to the stadiums and really enjoy and have fun. As you can see there, the Malawian team really celebrating. We would love to see those celebrations. Not so sure as to the director is perhaps deliberately giving us some other pictures. I'm not so sure. But really need to see the celebrations as well here.
I would have loved to see them too, especially the last one that they did as a team, you know, by the cameras.
Yes. And now we will go to the highlights and see as to how this one played out. For those that have missed this match, if you're only joining us now, you have missed a lot as we take a look at the highlights. There you have it, full time, Namibia 0 and Malawi 2. Look at that shot in the first minutes of this match as Malawi was coming through. Look at that, just let down there by the last touch. Look at that again. Malawi was all over with that kick again. They're stretching the goalkeeper in the young man there, Kabenji. Look at that. Leaving it for his teammate. Well, it was not that far. Hands, it was off target. Now again there, Kabenji. Really in the thick of things. Having a touch to that one. One would say a vital one, as there was a player coming on there. Look at that, confidence really shown by the young Nantunga there at number 19. Another free kick that hit the crossbar, and I think the goalkeeper was really beaten there, coming within some few seconds later. And Namibia, look at that one. They would look back at that one and say, we should have done better with that one. And it was another free kick here for Namibia. Look at that. The second one again, they would look back at that one and say, really, we should have done better. Communication just to scream and say, leave it for me. And really disappointing. The captain there, hitting his head on the grass. Wow. And here comes Malawi. And really making a mess of that one. And there, the first goal for Malawi, as the goalkeeper was not under pressure at all, giving away a very soft goal there. That is Kavenji. Look at that. And that player didn't even hesitate to take that one at a second touch. Really simple goal there conceded by the Namibians. And that was not only that one, there was a second one that came through. But look at that one, that shot there, hitting the goal post, and very powerful shot out of the box. My word, is that James Zungole. And now, that is where Malawi was really very dangerous, getting that one behind the back of the net. of the Namibians. The Namibian tower, they're failing to control that one, failing to defend that one, and it was a goal on the silver platter here for Malawi. Look at that. Defenders nowhere to be found. Young, excited men there. Look at the celebrations. Super sub indeed in Luxon Wahita. Or is it the number 9 rather? Clifford Chisale. And that was it for this match here at the Dr. Hage Geingob Stadium. And that is, or rather that was it here as Namibia are out of this tournament here. Lydia Nanamus, thank you very much for coming through. And I am Donald Bohozing Chwaro. Mamputi. What's on it? Till next time. Goodbye.